Good afternoon and welcome back to another live episode of MVTV. I'm Cooper Getch.
And I'm Stella Diarte. On this week's episode, we'll be looking at a student spotlight, see where our students are traveling this spring break, a new segment of what's happening now, and much more. Let's get started.
To start off this episode, we'll head to Lauren Payne with a student spotlight about a twist on a sport we all know and love.
Last month, sophomore Luke Holting won the National Futsal Championships. Let's hear from him to learn more about the sport and his accomplishments.
Futsal is 5v5 on a basketball court, and it uses a smaller, heavier ball, so it doesn't go as high, so that way the ball's not flying around everywhere. I play for ESI, or also known as European Soccer Institute. I've played with this team since I was in 5th grade. We practice basically every day. We get a few days off if we have games, but usually it's every day of the week. We won futsal national champions. In regionals, we didn't do too well. We got knocked out in the semifinal, but then we were able to make the at-large bid for the tournament, which allowed us to play in futsal nationals, and which we were able to win. For the tournament, we played a lot of teams who only play futsal year-round, so they have a lot of interesting tactics and kind of know how futsal works, so we had to work around that to be able to win. That's probably one of the greatest accomplishments we've had as a team. So it was very cool to do.
It's pretty cool to know that we have a national champion right here in the Valley. This has been Lauren Payne reporting for MVTV.
Thanks, Lauren. I love being able to see what hard work and dedication can lead to for many of our students.
Speaking of hard work, I'm so excited to finally be taking a break and relax this spring.
I know, in less than a week, I'll be relaxing right by the beach.
Reporter Mallory Shelk has the latest information about your fellow Jags this spring break.
Hey Jags, spring break is almost here and I'm headed to the halls to see what you guys are planning on doing this year. What are you doing this spring break?
I'm going to Texas to see my aunt.
Going down to visit Arkansas.
I'm going on college visits.
Going to Arizona with Addie.
Cheer practice.
Just working at Pizza West.
Going to Florida with my mom.
Do you have any plans for spring break? I'm going to St. George, Utah.
I'm going to Virginia to visit siblings. I'm going to Lake of the Ozarks.
What are you guys doing this spring break?
We're going to Colorado together.
I am going to Orange Beach with my friends.
I'm going to Manhattan, Kansas to see my sister.
What are you doing for spring break?
I'm going to Guadalupe to play soccer there.
Sounds like so much fun. I hope everybody has a great spring break. This has been Mallory Shelk reporting for MVTV.
Thanks, Mallory. With spring break coming up, that means summer is right around the corner.
Yes, summer is definitely my favorite time of the year.
I agree, but do you know another favorite of mine?
Are you talking about The Bachelor? Because that's a favorite of mine too.
Reporter Sophia Ralston has a recap of the latest season of The Bachelor.
You ready for today?
I'm ready.
It's gonna be a fun day.
I'm excited.
Since January, a lot of students' Monday nights have not been reserved for doing homework, but instead watching The Bachelor. Let's take a look at some of the big events that shaped this season. Warning, spoilers ahead. The 24th season of The Bachelor is all about Peter Weber's journey to find love. Peter became The Bachelor after placing third on the latest season of The Bachelorette starring Hannah B. Peter's season began with 30 women coming out of the limo and introducing themselves. Here are some of the most memorable moments of Peter's season. We saw Hannah Ann steal Kelsey's bottle of champagne that she brought from home. Kelsey cried, claiming that her moment with Peter was ruined, but Peter made it up to her by opening up another bottle, which ended up all over her face. Next, Alea's character comes into question with other women claiming that she's here for the wrong reasons. Peter then ends up sending home Alea reluctantly. However, he ended up bringing her back, but to only send her home once again after starting major drama with the other girls. Peter then picked the final 4 girls to fly into their hometowns and meet their families. Most of the hometowns went great, except for Victoria F's, due to Peter running into an old friend who told him Victoria was no good. However, Victoria F still got a rose and Kelsey was the one who ended up going home. And then there were 3, but not for long. Peter only gave a rose to Madison and Hannah Ann. Now let's take a look at which girl some Mill Valley students thought Peter would propose to in the finale. Who do you think is going to win The Bachelor?
Madison.
Hannah Ann.
Madison.
Definitely Madison.
Hannah Ann.
Madison.
Probably Madison, but I think she could do better than Peter.
Wow, what a crazy season Peter had. Make sure to check out the final episodes from earlier this week to see if your predictions were right. This has been Sophia Ralston reporting for MVTV.
After watching this season finale, it definitely takes a strong woman to participate in The Bachelor.
And how these women can overcome any challenges that they face.
March 8th was International Women's Day.
Reporter Annie Hogue went to the halls to see what students had to say about it and the inspirational women in their lives.
On March 8th, we celebrated International Women's Day to honor the achievements of women around the world. I took it to the halls of Mill Valley to honor a few women personable to students. International Women's Day has been around for over 100 years and is collectively founded by women to create a movement centered around unity and strength. It has been created to honor women while at the same time bring attention to gender parity and women's rights. The global celebration takes time to admire how far women have come, advocacy for what is still needed, and an action plan to gain even more rights. This year, International Women's Day was celebrated on a Sunday, and the theme was #Each for Equal. The 2020 theme draws attention to creating a gender-equal world by encouraging women from all over to collectively fight for equality. I went to the halls of Mill Valley to ask students about some of the most iconic women in their lives. Who's the most inspirational woman in your life?
I'd have to say my mom because she's been through so much and she always can bounce back.
Miss Huey.
Michelle Obama.
My grandma.
Probably my mom.
Miss Hatum.
Who's the strongest woman in your life?
I'd also have to say my mom.
Miss Steiner. Miss Faye.
My mom.
Maybe my grandma because she's like kind of scary.
My mom.
Since International Women's Day has already passed, you can still show your awareness by wearing purple or honoring the women around you. This has been Annie Hogue reporting for MVTV.
Thanks, Annie.
Stella, you know how earlier we talked about us loving summer and wanting it to come sooner rather than later?
Yes, I can't wait to spend more time outside, but unfortunately for many, this weekend and the start of our spring break will not be pleasant for our students staying in Shawnee.
Audrey Grammar has the latest forecast.
Good afternoon, Jaguars. This is Audrey Grabmeyer here with your weekend weather update. On Friday, it's looking like we're going to have a high of 51 and a low of 35 with cloudy skies. To start off spring break on Saturday, it's looking like we might have some rain or snow showers, followed by a high of 42 and a low of 33. Finally, on Sunday, it'll be mostly cloudy all day with a high of 49 and a low of 39. That's all for your weather update. Have a great spring break, Jags.
Later this month, Mill Valley will be participating in Relay for Life, a worthy cause and an awesome experience for our school and students.
Reporter Kylie Overbaugh has information on how you can support Relay for Life.
On Wednesday, March 25th, Relay for Life Committee is holding a Chipotle night where you can come get food for a good cause. If you order from Chipotle on this day, a portion of the proceeds will go towards Relay for Life. If you want to participate, come to our local Chipotle located off Monticello between 5 and 9 p.m. and show this poster at checkout or just mention Relay for Life. You can find the posters on their social medias at JagRFL. This funding helps with the event on the following Friday, March 27th, where all the earned proceeds go to benefit the American Cancer Society with the fight against cancer. Make sure to come get dinner for a good cause. This has been Kylie Overbaugh reporting for MVTV.
To close off this episode, let's head to Danny Talavera to see what's happening now.
Welcome back to this week's episode of What's Happening Now. I'm Danny, and that's Bennett. You guys remember that little virus we covered a couple weeks ago? Well, now it's in your backyard. On Saturday, March 7th, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announced that one person in Kansas has tested positive for the coronavirus. In a statement from Governor Kelly, she said, No one should panic over this new virus or this confirmed case. Well, we weren't panicked until it infected 87 out of the 195 countries in the world. Not only is it Rona season, but it's also tornado season in the Midwest. On Tuesday, March 3rd, the city of Nashville was hit by a devastating EF3 tornado. The tornado left 25 dead and over 77 unaccounted for. With 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, the tornado was able to collapse 48 structures and leave 50,000 homes and businesses without power and 30,000 damage. This tornado was marked the most deadly in the United States since last year in Alabama. To combat this destruction, over 5,000 people have signed up to rebuild the city. Super Tuesday is the election day early in the United States presidential election season. With 1,357 total delegates up for grabs, Joe Biden snagged 574 delegates, Barry Sanders snagged 485 delegates, Warren, Bloomberg, and Gabbard all dropped out after Super Tuesday. That's it for this week's episode of What's Happening Now. Peace.
Remember, Jacks, be safe this spring break.
Wash your hands, stay home if you are sick, and try to avoid large crowds in small places.
That's it for this week's live episode. This has been Cooper Getch
and Stella Diakte. Please stay tuned for the office announcements followed by the credits.
And we are back with your office announcements for March 12th.
Broadcast and video productions, applications, and teacher recommendations are due this Friday to Mrs. Swafford in room C103B. Please see Mrs. Swafford if you have questions.
Students interested in being a student tech next year, stop by the counseling office to get application information. Applications are due March 15th.
A list of accepted applications for the 2020-2021 Sociology of Community Service class is posted outside of room A208. If you have any questions, please see Mr. Wirtz in room A208.
Fall volleyball for the 2020 season. If you're interested in playing, there's a mandatory meeting in Coach Faye's seminar room A115 on Thursday, March 12th. If you have already turned in everything for your summer, you do not need to attend. Check in with your seminar teacher first, and if you can't attend, see Coach Faith before the end of this week.
If you are applying for Jaguar Leadership Corps next year, reminder, your applications are due this Friday.
Spend some time over break reading a good book. The Media Center has new books that just arrived for you to check out and read during the spring break. Look for the display across the circulation desk and check out one today.
All those interested in joining choir next year who are not currently enrolled in choir, please see Mrs. Reimer in C109 by Wednesday, March 25th.
There will be a prom meeting on Wednesday, March 3rd at 3 o'clock in Mr. Bellow's room, A210.
The Kick Butt State Volleyball Tournament is now called Take Down Tobacco. The annual volleyball tournament will be held on Wednesday, March 25th at 6:30 p.m. Please sign up your team at lunch.
Yearbook group photo days will be Wednesday, March 25th and Thursday, March 26th. A schedule is posted in your seminar classroom and also on Mill Valley News Twitter. Students need one colored pass per day to be excused from seminar to be in the photos. See your group sponsor for passes. Only group members listed in the club's roster are allowed in the photos.
Mr. Waldick will be having a junior class meeting on April 22nd during seminar and a senior class meeting on April 23rd. If you are a senior on shortened day, you need to make arrangements to return for this meeting. Students will report to seminar. Seniors on shortened day, please report to the office.
Detentions today are in room B134. We would like to wish a special happy birthday to my co-anchor, Stella.
Thank you, Cooper. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And remember, we are Mill Valley.
Thank you.